Time value of options is a vesting asset. What is meaning of vesting asset or depreciating asset? You may be aware of claiming depreciation in income tax filing. We claim depreciation on instruments, cars. There are many things. Cars are good example of vesting asset. When we buy a new car, we pay around 10 lakh for example. If we want to sell that car to someone else very next day, can we sell it for 10 lakhs? It is not possible. Once we pay full amount and register car on our name, even if we sell it immediately, on next day without driving even 1 kilometer right from showroom, even in this case we won't be able to get 10 lakh rupees. If there is some other buyer, he will ask for lesser price. He will not buy it for 10 lakh. Otherwise he will buy from showroom. This way car is a depreciating asset, and after registration immediately it starts depreciating. We may take zero depreciation insurance and all covers, but still when we want to sell, price of car will decrease with time, and after 5 years it loses almost 50% value. Similarly, time value of options is said to be depreciating asset. It keeps decaying as time passes. And which options will have more extrinsic value? The options which are without intrinsic value will have more extrinsic value, because 100% of their value will be extrinsic value. Which options will have more intrinsic value? In the money options will have more intrinsic value. Is this clear? Any doubts about this? Time value keeps decaying as time progresses. Value of our car decreases over a period of time. In 1 month it may decrease by 30,000. In 1 year it may decrease by 80,000. In 5 years it may decrease by 5 lakhs. This is for example of 10 lakh car. Similarly, as time passes, time value of an option keeps reducing. Please pay attention. Time value of an option keeps reducing. This reduction in time value is determined by theta. We will see what is theta and how it can be used at appropriate time. But now just remember, time value means theta. Extrinsic value is not theta. Extrinsic value is not theta. Okay, theta is only time value. So has everyone understood that in options only time value decreases as time passes? Intrinsic value does not have any effect of time on it. Now let's understand how time value decreases. Decay is said to be exponential. What is meaning of this? If we see monthly options, decay of options time value will be just 1/3 of total time value in its first half. Means if it is 4 weeks expiry, then only 1/3 of total time value component will get decayed in 2 weeks. Remaining 2/3 of options value decay is seen in second half of the month. For example, if certain option has time value of 300 points in a monthly option for certain option, then 100 points decay will be seen in first half of the month. If everything remains same, means if price does not change from current value after 2 weeks, there is no change in volatility, then price of that option will reduce by 100 points in first half of the month. Remaining 200 points decay will happen in second half of the month. This is very important point to be noted. You can keep note of this, that decay is exponential. 1/3 of total value gets decayed in first half, remaining 2/3 gets decayed in second half. Okay, is this clear? Time value decreases as expiry comes closer, and it decreases faster closer to expiry, whereas intrinsic value does not change due to time factor. It changes with respect to price of underlying and the strike price. Is everything clear? Are there any doubts about this? So intrinsic value does not vest because of time. Intrinsic value can increase or decrease with movement of underlying. Now let's come to concept of in the money, out of the money, at the money options, and intrinsic value associated with it. All options have extrinsic value. So what is difference between in the money and out of the money options? Can anyone tell? In the money options have intrinsic value. Out of the money options have zero intrinsic value. They have extrinsic value only. There is no intrinsic value in out of the money options. For calls, in the money option means strike price is below the current market price. For example, if Reliance is trading at 2500, then all calls below 2500 will be in the money calls. Holding in the money calls gives advantage to option buyer. Please pay attention here. Holding in the money calls gives advantage to option buyer. How? If Reliance is trading at 2500, person who is holding a call of 2400 strike will have right to buy Reliance at 2400. Means he will have advantage of 100 rupees over current market price of Reliance share. Now please don't get confused about this advantage thing. I am not saying that if current market price of Reliance is 2500 and now we buy 2400 call, then we will have advantage of 100. That is not the thing. What I am saying is, if somebody has right to buy 2400, somebody has right to buy shares at 2400 by holding a call of Reliance at strike of 2400, then if he executes his right, he will be able to buy Reliance share at 2400. Even if price is at 2500, 2600, 2700, that doesn't matter. He will be able to buy Reliance share at 2400. So this is advantage, that he will be having advantage when his call is in the money. He will have intrinsic value. For puts, in the money means strike price is above current market price. For puts, in the money means strike price is above the current market price. In case of Reliance, if 2500 is current market price, then all put strikes above 2500 will be in the money. Holding in the money puts gives advantage to option buyer. If Reliance is trading at 2500, person who is holding a put of 2600 strike will have right to sell Reliance shares at 2600 rupees per share. Means he will have advantage of 100 rupees over current market price of Reliance share. He will be able to sell shares at 2600 even if price is at 2500. Is everything clear here? Out of the money options with only time value, they do not have any intrinsic value. These are options which have only extrinsic value. At the expiry, it should not be exercised because value of out of the money option is 0. So at expiry, we should not exercise out of the money options. That is a loss making proposition. In the money options can be exercised or they can be converted into profits. Usually we get a notification by day end. Usually we get notification on expiry day that today is expiry day, and by 12 or 1 o'clock all option positions will be squared off. All in the money options positions will be squared off automatically if there is no notification sent for exercise. We will go and see option chain and discuss things about in the money and out of the money.